Hi there, and welcome to the Eco Solar Home Tour. My name is Andrew Mills, and today we're going to be talking about an eco-friendly retrofit of an 80-year-old home in the Cromdale neighborhood in Edmonton. With me today is Shelley Robichaud, who's the owner of the home. Welcome to the Eco Solar Home Tour, Shelley.
Thank you, Andrew. Pleased to be here.
Your home's an interesting example of a retrofit of an older home where you've managed to get the home all the way to net zero energy levels. That's fantastic. Give me a bit of background on why you chose to build your home like this. What were the main things you were trying to accomplish?
So our home was built in the 1930s, and we bought it in 1996. And ever since we've bought the home, we've been attempting to bring it to the most environmentally friendly standards that we can. Without disturbing the original structure. As I said, it's a 1930s home. It was built with old materials that we don't feel that should be wasted. We've revamped or renovated just about every inch of this house. We replaced the wood shavings that were in the attic with proper insulation. We've upgraded the asphalt roof to the metal roof, which has a 75-year lifespan and can be recycled when it's finished. We replaced the lath and plaster from the inside of the house, and added insulation to the inside of the house because we didn't want to disturb the beautiful stucco on the outside of the home. This is a really normal house. We do have an induction cooktop and we have a heat pump hot water heater, but we cook and we use our hot water heater. And what basically runs the energy efficiency of this home is our lifestyle. We hang our clothes to dry. We run our major appliances during the day so that we try to run them as often as we can using the solar power rather than using regular or pulling electricity from the grid. That's our choice on how we run the house.
Well, let's take a look at some of the pictures of this house. This sounds really interesting. First of all, what would you say is the most outstanding feature of your home?
I think the standout feature of my home, again, is that it's just a normal home. We've retained many of the original features of the house. We just happen to use very little power or water. We didn't do this with complicated automation or expensive automation. We're just really cognizant of our need to conserve. You very seldom see an extra light on in our house. Our neighbors often comment that they don't think we're home because there's no lights on. We don't run the dishwasher unless it's full. We don't run the laundry unless it's full. We keep the house at 19 in the winter. We're just very conservative people.
So when we build energy efficient homes, we make a series of energy efficient choices. What would you say were the main choices you had to make as far as energy efficiency?
I think every decision that we made regarding this home had energy efficiency in mind. When the windows needed to be replaced, we replaced them with the most energy efficient windows that were available at the time. We changed the wood shavings to fiberglass insulation. We buy our appliances based on their energy efficiency rather than anything else, mostly, whether the price or how well they run. One of my silliest stories is that I bought a $35 light bulb and had it shipped from Saskatchewan when LEDs first came out because I wanted the most efficient light bulb on the market. As part of that, we're really early adopters. We bought a programmable thermostat in 1987, and that programmable thermostat got moved to 4 different houses that we lived in. And I'm sure that programmable thermostat saved the environment, but it also saved us thousands of dollars on our gas bills.
Interesting.
So when solar became affordable, we put on a 3.5 kilowatt system, or affordable to us, I guess. We put on a 3.5 kilowatt system. And since then, we've increased it to a 9.4 kilowatt system. Last year, our energy costs, I'm very pleased to say, was minus $340.33. So I'm really excited about that, because that's heating our house, running the electricity in our house. It's just great to me that we were able to do that.
That's really good.
Yeah. So one of the, I guess the biggest reason that we increased the size of the solar was that we knew that we wanted to install the heat pump, and we knew that we wanted to get rid of natural gas. At some point, we'll probably end up with an electric car, but they need to come out with a good, inexpensive electric truck before I do that. To supplement our home, because our house is, because it's an older home and it's probably, it's not as energy efficient as it probably could be. The heat pump works fine. It just, to supplement our heat, we also have a wood stove. Although we put in the wood stove years ago, probably when the Montreal ice storm happened, and it's part of resiliency as well. Put in the wood stove, because I knew in Alberta, if the grid ever went down, we would be in such trouble very quickly in the winter time. So the wood stove also just provides extra heat, and we bought the most efficient wood stove available at the time on the market, and it has a catalytic converter in it. So the particulate matter is very low that comes out of this guy. That's
really good.
We have a heat pump hot water system. We put that in 2018. We also have a drain waste recovery. So that heats up the water from the from the water that's going down the sewer, heats up the water that before it goes into the hot water heater. It mostly is used with the shower. When you're having a shower, it's heating the water that's going into the hot water heater before you do that. We also have low flow shower heads. We have a low flush toilet. Everywhere that we can conserve water, we conserve water.
That's great. Are there any other features of your home that you'd like to feature, such as permaculture? You mentioned you're looking at an electric truck in the future. Anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, so I've been a composter probably for 30 years. This is an example of my compost. I'm not a crazy composter. I dump my compost into my compost pile once you know, when it needs to be, and about every 2 years I pull the compost out and I put it on my garden. So my garden has eggshells and etc. in it. I'm not much of a gardener. My lawn is nothing special. I use my electric lawnmower to cut my lawn, and I have never put any herbicides or pesticides on it. Live and let live is what I try to live with. I'm not sure that all my neighbors agree with that, but that's the way we do.
All right. So what would you say is the most challenging aspect of building your energy efficient home?
So one of the things that we've had a problem with, or not a problem, but a challenge with, is with the air source heat pump, the controller I find is a little bit difficult. As I said, when we had a programmable thermostat, it was very easy. Just let it run. This takes a little bit more energy to use, physical energy to use. We haven't been able to modify it to be programmable to the way that we would like it to be programmable, and the fan runs constantly. So what I end up doing is turning the thing off, because I just don't want the fan to be running cold air. So if there was anything that I could change about it, that would be something that I would change about it.
Well, I hope you're able to find a controller that will be able to update that in the future. Yes. What were the key costs in building your energy efficient home?
I would say that the solar and the heating system were probably the key costs on the project. As far as time, I think the biggest time we spent was doing all the insulation, because we did have to take down the lath and plaster and re-insulate the walls. But we did that over several years. So it was built in.
Hmm. Is there anything you would have done differently in building your home?
So when we bought the home, obviously in 1996, solar was unaffordable. Um, but the orientation if we could have gotten a full south facing big wall, or big roof space, it would have been great. As it stands, the east, west, and south that you can see in the picture works fairly well for our solar. And it's on the garage, so that the trees thankfully are not much of an issue as well.
Hmm. So what aspect of this build would you say was the most satisfying to complete?
I love the solar. I really love the solar. I love that I am able to look at my energy consumption on my phone. I love that I'm able to look at my solar production on my phone, and I look at it constantly. I hate the days that the solar is covered in snow, and in fact, you'll see me out there with my roof rake taking the snow off the solar, just because I think, oh my goodness, it's a sunny day and we really need to get, we could be having production right now, even though I know the production is low.
So is there, thanks very much for all of that, Shelley. Is there anybody you'd like to thank that helped you design or construct these aspects of your home?
Yeah, so Evergreen and Gold Renewable Energy put in all the solar. So would like to thank them, especially like to thank my husband, who is long suffering at all the ideas that I have on how we can make this place more energy efficient. And he just happily goes along with my ideas. Thomas Barr really saved our butts on the heat pump hot water, or the heat pump, air source heat pump. We couldn't find anyone else to put it in, and it was December and we needed to get it in, and he happily came along December 23rd and put that air source heat pump in.
Nice. Okay. All right. I think you have a picture of Warren here too. There he is. All right. Well, thanks very much, Shelley. Thank you for joining me today and sharing pictures of your home. I'm really looking forward to coming out and seeing what you've done with the home on the tour this summer. I'd also like to thank our EcoSolar Home Tour sponsors. If you'd go to the sponsor slide, please. Our sponsors offer many interesting services to help you build an energy efficient home, and we encourage all our viewers to visit them. Please visit our website to find out more about our sponsors and to see what they offer. To find out more about our tour homes, tour dates, and our sponsors, please go to the website at www.ecosolar.ca. We'll see you on the tour. Thank you all for watching. We hope you're able to build your own energy efficient home someday.